All right, guys, we are back. All right, so here we go. We have the 7th anniversary LREZAs. This is going to be the final stuff plus data download for part 3 here. Did they announce the Supreme Magnificent Battle and 10th anniversary? And there's a burst mode. Oh, in GT Red Zone. Oh boy. Well, all right, let's see what we got here. So remember, these are the first 200% leaders in Dokkan history, and they're the first 200% leaders to get their EZAs, not surprisingly here. Let's see what they do with their leader skill. I think best case scenario for leader skill, maybe just they move this to 190% and make them 220% leaders. Maybe that's a little bit optimistic. Let's see. Yep, so there's their EZA. Fuse Fighter. Oh, it's they didn't change it? Oh, they didn't change it. Ah, it's exactly the same. Wait. They get no. They now get an extra 1 key. Wow, dude. They get an extra 1 key for Kamehameha characters. That's the difference. Okay. I mean, it's a bit disappointing, but I mean, yeah, I guess they're not going to make EZA characters like leads that good. So, okay. All right. So, okay. Yeah, we're looking good right away. Activates the intro, and they get 77% damage reduction and a guaranteed additional super for 1 turn. And then 2 key, 100% attack, and even 10 guard for 7 turns. So, the red zone fights are long. And, I mean, they're going to be able to stack up and build up to be crazy there. And then we've also got the battle-hardened formidable foes. And, I mean, we could see 77% that plus guard. Like, they're insane. 200% attack and defense. And then another 2 key per type key sphere obtained. Okay. Is that the same? No, they get an extra key. Oh, that's pretty big. And then obviously more stats. For every key sphere obtained, 10% attack and defense up to 77%. Okay, so we need orbs. Rainbow Orb Changers, just so important for them. All right, I mean, there's a lot of characters that really want orbs right now. So, yeah, like Gotenks, Super Saiyan 3 Carnival Gotenks, just more important than ever, of course. For every Rainbow Key Sphere obtained, 10% crit, okay. When attacking with 17 key, guaranteed additional super. 20 key super effective against all types and guaranteed additional super. Okay, so it's pretty annoying when like a character is like, all right, we super, and then we do a normal because of 50% chance. We do a normal because 70% chance. I mean, I saw Minato died yesterday off of that. But what is really pretty pog is when you just do guaranteed fucking super, guaranteed fucking super, guaranteed fucking super. It's pretty good. Okay. Super Saiyan link set's gonna be the same. Super Saiyan Kamehameha, same roar. Shocking speed, GT, fierce battle, and legendary power. So, okay, it's both 50% stacks for both, is what it is. So what were they previously? 30% for both. So now every super gives them, like, their Tech Ultimate their Tech Ultimate Gohan, right? Every super gives them 50%. So yeah, man. I mean, like, let's just cut to the chase. They're gonna be they're really good because we're gonna have they're very elite turn 1 with the monster damage reduction plus guard, right? That's fine. Like the damage reduction being for 1 turn is fine. It sets you up really good. And then they're going to be stacking like crazy. If Namek Goku can get to a very reasonable level to where he can eat these big supers at the end of these red zones, I'm thinking that this character probably will be able to as well. And I mean, all right. Okay, so we saw the super attack effects, passive. Obviously, links don't change. Keep in mind, too, that the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, you're not going to be able to have... Well, I guess you could. I was going to say the extra 10% from Super Saiyan 4 Goku turn 1. But I guess it's... Like, if you have this character plus the Super Saiyan 4 Goku turn 2, you could, you know, in, like, Battle Hard and Formidable Foes, immediately go Golden Great Ape and then do it. Alright, so... We know what the transformation is. It's turn 4. Then Father comes out. Wow. Wow, they gave him... So he's invincible his first... He's literally invincible his first turn. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I didn't... I mean, it's not an I told you so moment, because it's fairly obvious, but... I did not have any fear about these characters. There was no fear in my heart. They were, yeah, dude, yeah, they were gonna be crazy. So now, I mean, this character is not gonna be a fish, by the way. Like Super Saiyan 4 Goku, they're not a fish, right? Like you're gonna be fine because they're gonna have massive stats and they're gonna be stacking like fucking crazy, and they're gonna be guarding, like they're gonna have, you know, a defensive mechanic. So, like, you're not... It's not like you're going to be like, all right, kids, we got to transform fast as fuck or we're dead. But now, you have it set up to where you go to Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and he's invincible his first turn. Because he's guarding right here, and he's going to have this huge damage reduction, and he's going to have all of his stacked stats. So that, like, it's, you know, he's, you know, Beast Gohan that first turn transformed. 300% attack and defense start a turn... Plus 2 key per key sphere obtained. Super effective against all types. Guard. High chance to crit. Guaranteed additional super. Fucking Scouter. Okay. Yeah, I mean, guess what? Guess what? This character will be dominating all year. Remember when we got AGL Goku and we got an Evolution Blue Vegeta? And they dominated all year? I think you guys remember when they dominated all year, and they're still good right now. Well, we're going to be looking at this character in a year, and he's still going to be good. What? He Rainbow Orb changes too? Bruh. For every key sphere obtained, 10% attack defense up to 100%. What? Dude. So, he's already got 50% crit. I mean, 3 Rainbow Orbs, and he has literally 100%. Like, wow. So, it's essentially, I mean, outside of really bad luck, I mean, he's better. Wow. Okay. Okay, they're better than I was even potentially thinking. He has better version of this. So remember, the Blue Fusions come out and they have guaranteed dodge, which is, you know, crazy. But you know what beats guaranteed dodge? 100% damage reduction does. Because you can't power creep it. And there's not... I mean, I would just say this. They're not ever going to power creep. Like, they're not going to say, like, oh, guard canceling, like, you know, or damage reduction canceling, like that shit, like the passive guard and shit like that's always going to be good. Like, it's not going to get crushed like that. When attacking with 24 key, you're using the active 50% attack. When receiving an attack, 50% damage reduction within the turn when HP's 50% or less. So one time only, he gets 50% damage reduction if HP's 50% or less. I mean, it's cool. I mean, you've got it as kind of like a, you know, very big emergency. I mean, it's going to be a little, because you got to be under 50% HP to get that. I mean, you'll probably see it here and there, but I mean, it's the thing about these HP, like, abilities like that is it's just inconsistent, right? And then when receiving in a super attack, what? 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 Okay. So they buffed it to 70%. That's a nullification. So it's like that works against, Jiren's dodge canceling. And then he has it guaranteed one time only when facing one enemy and the enemy's HP is 50% or less. It's guaranteed. And then remember, he does have the active. So you could turn into him on turn 4, easy condition. And then you have this. And this gives you the guaranteed crits. And then remember, he's greatly stacking attack with every super in base. I mean, is he? Like, is this? I mean, I can't say this character's number 1, right? Like, it's like what Super Vegeta and Super Gogeta do once they fuse is still pretty crazy, but this guy's a little more. I mean, we're not loading into the fight. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. Pretty nuts, dude. Pretty crazy. Where's the weakness? I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll see what the character looks like turn 2. Like Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta. They're not going to be, defensive god of the game slot 1 on their second turn. But your first turn, they show up, they're invincible. First turn in Super Saiyan 4, they're invincible. I mean, I don't need to tell you guys that people will talk about these guys like in the history of the game and stuff like that. Like, these characters could still be easily killed when they first came out, 7th anniversary. And back then, by the way, this was not a nullification. It was a dodge. This was a dodge. They upgraded that later on to nullification status. What the Super Saiyan 4s do. So, like, back then, Broly's AoE, super that can't be dodged, would slaughter this character. Now, he has a 70% chance to say, Buck! Ah! Alright, anyway. Let's take a look at these super attacks. So, 100% attack and 50% defense. It's on the 12 key, the Clone Kamehameha. Okay. And then the 18 key is 100%. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? He gets 100% for 4 turns, dude. Whatever, dude. And he's got the attack break, yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, there's so much talk about these characters, and it's pointless because they're in arguments for like number 1. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this guy is either, well, I mean, depending upon what the gods look like. I mean, this guy is either, number 1, 2, or 3. I'd probably lean towards this guy being 3, but I mean, obviously I haven't used them. The difference, like, Super Vegeta and Super Gogeta are much weaker in base, I think. And they're going to be... I mean, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, guess who's a perfect help to the... Yeah, okay, whatever. Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's in talks for 1. We could say that. Alright, well, then we have the gods, too, by the way. Okay. Alright, let's see. There's always been so much discussion about who's better between these two. They should be very similar. Yep, 77% damage reduction, additional super. This is the same, the extra key, the same. The crit, yeah, that's exactly the same too, right? Yep. Then we have the additional super effective additional super, yeah. They're exactly the same in base. You know, no big deal there. Kamehameha, Super Saiyan Warrior Gods, Godly Power, Pair for Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Huge for any God characters. You know, STR Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? Like, we run him plus, I don't know, I guess Goku and Frieza, or in Evolution Blue Vegeta, right? I mean, I'm not, with the way the new fights have the dodge cancel all over, I'm not dying to run the UI Gokus. I'll run AGL UI, I guess, but having like a God Link character. Let me double check here. Is Evo on here? One of their best partners? No. I mean, he does have several of these links, though, but. All right, so there's all that. Stacking is the same. 50% stacks. Yeah. So they're exactly the same in base. Not a shock. Not a shock. Not a shock. Woo! Okay, chat. All right, let's go. So we got that. All the stats. All right, so here's where they'll actually be different. When turn 4, you're able to fuse into the blues. Let's see. So they get the 77% damage reduction for 1 turn, which is just, it's such an elite ability on a character that's already guarding. 300% stats, 2 key per keister obtained, super effective against all types, guard, high chance to crit, 30% chance to dodge. Change int to rainbow. They double rainbow orb change? They're double rainbow orb changing. So he gets the additional super. They don't have the guaranteed additional. They get 30% dodge. Okay, right now, I'll tell y'all, that dodge is not, the dodge is not neat. Yeah, dude, because, I mean, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, maybe after the first turn, they could be better. But, I mean, dude, they're double rainbow orb changing. What the shit? I mean, because he's got the Scouter and the additional, and they have double orb changing and the dodge. Then they have other orb changing. So, again, they're double rainbow orb changing. 10% attack needs up to 100%. And then they get the extra crit and dodge per rainbow orb, but they're double orb changing. Do they get... No, but damn, dude, they don't get... Okay, here's an ability that matters. Who can I pull up? You and you. So... They would have made the gods even stronger. I mean, okay. It's when you've got this. Because what this does is the orb pathing is going to send you down the path with the rainbow orbs. Goku has this as well. The reason he has this is to send him down the path with the SCR key spheres, right? Kaioken Goku. I do wish they had that as well. Just like, 2 key per keister obtained, and then just like, 3 key per rainbow keister obtained. I know LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's got it too, but I feel like it'll probably be more important with this character. Probably? I don't know. Maybe it's not a big deal. So yeah, we get the crit and the dodge. So again, they've got that high chance to crit. I mean, it's going to be very difficult to get less than 3 rainbow orbs with this character. They're double rainbow orb changing. So, I mean, they're going to be dropping 80% crit. 7 key spheres, guaranteed additional super. When attacking with 20 key, additional super. With active or attacking with 24 key, 50% attack. Wait, when attacking... So, the first turn... They do guaranteed crits, and a guaranteed additional super if the enemy's HP is 50% or more. So, like, okay. So the first time you attack an enemy above 50% HP, it's a guaranteed crit and a guaranteed additional super. We have a little bit of the issue, though, where we're just overlapping the same shit on top of each other, right? Like, this is what the Vegeta... I X'd him out. This is what the... Like, this is this guy's problem versus the Vegito, right? Is you have three... Like, guard right here, and then guard right here. Which doesn't... You're not double guarding. But this guy has damage reduction right... Excuse me. Damage reduction right here, and then damage reduction right here. That does stack. That is the difference between these two, right? And the gods have a little bit of this, where we're critting here, but then we're fucking guaranteed critting here anyway. But then they have 100% dodge the first time you receive an attack when HP is 50% or less. My gut is telling me Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is better. I mean, okay, here's the thing. Guard and damage reduction, a big guard and damage reduction character, like, right away, like, would be better than a dodge character, because they're, like, catered to the content. So right now, yeah, Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is going to be better with his just guaranteed tanking. Although the gods are probably not going to struggle at all for quite a while tanking. But eventually, the dodge gets better, is what happens, right? It's like guard and damage reduction, like, you know, Beast, right? You know, he can still tank all this shit for nothing, but he can also get, you know, he can get slaughtered depending upon the situation. Like, it can happen. So it's just like that. It's like day one, which is right now, the guard and damage reduction is better, but as time goes on, it'll get less effective as stronger bosses come out, and then the dodge will get better. Wait, how many, okay, so we super, right? 1 additional, 2 additional, let's just say 3 additional right there. So then they have 3 additionals. How many does Gogeta have? 1. Just 1. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, he's only just tossing out 1. After your first turn where this is gone, I mean, but if you still even just get 4 rainbow orbs, and then you have Super Saiyan 4 Goku next to him, you have 50% damage reduction. Okay. And then he's got that, and then the nullification, man. Jesus Christ. Okay. All right, so then 100% and 50% events for 1 turn on their 12 key, and then 100% for 4 turns on their 18 key. Yeah, they are a little different. Like, if I'm doing a tier list, is this a character I'd put in the same slot? Probably so right now. Like, because they're exactly the same in base, and then they're a little bit different once they transform, but this is a character that I like, if I do a top 10, I might just have Gogeta and the gods in the same slot. It's not the same thing as, like AGL UI and in Evolution Blue Vegeta are doing massively different things. This character, I mean, sure, this unit's leaning a little bit more towards dodge transformed, and Gogeta's going more down the line of damage reduction, but their impact will be virtually identical. Yeah, okay, just at an initial glance, my thoughts are that these characters are, like, you know, tied for 3, but it's... I mean, listen, they show up and they're invincible. And, I mean, you know, we have Battle-Hard and Formidable Foes, right? The short, difficult content, and then we also have the long, difficult content. They're invincible turn 1, their first turn, and when they transform. Both of them. Both of them are invincible because they're going to be guarding. Like you transform with this character, they're guarding, they have 77% damage reduction, and then surely you've done 1,000,000 stacks in base. I'm sure. So they're invincible when you transform. So it's like you don't... Right now, I mean, you just transform and you just... I mean, like, what is the boss going to do? I don't know. Yeah, I would say better than we could have hoped. Looking at the EZAs for these characters, I would say that this is better than we could have hoped for. Yeah. Yeah, so this pattern continues. The part 1 anniversary LRs get these EZAs, and oh my god.